Good evening, everyone! Welcome to another exciting episode of 10 Dead Rats.
That's us.
That is us!
Yay!
10 Dead Rats is your weekly Warhammer fantasy and old school D&D mashup. Brought to you by Describe. Describe.com/wandering is the website. Go check it out. It is a fine purveyor of boxed text for all your adventure creation needs. They can be used to create descriptions for adventures that you're preparing for your next D&D game, or you can use it on the fly with their search feature if your players just go totally out of left field and do something crazy like turn a demon invisible, and you need some kind of description of that. Type in their search feature and you'll get something. And also remember, you can use the code WANDERING when you're on their website for a 10% discount on all their offerings. So check that out. Describe DSCRYB.com/wandering. All right. As promised, I am streaming tonight from an undisclosed location. Hopefully that is not impacting the quality of the stream in any way. If it is, my apologies. I am at least making a local recording of this as well, so I will upload the higher quality to YouTube if the stream gets screwed up. But
it is still undisclosed.
It is
unless
still
you're actually in a dungeon. Yeah.
Undisclosed.
It is a dungeon.
There's a there's a torch.
Why is Paul a dungeon?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it's some kind of like Proud Boys rally. That's the only place I've seen a torch in this day and age. So, yep. That's my explanation.
Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear!
All right, opening credits. Opening credits.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Oh boy.
We come back. The three of us will be.
There you go. I think as Christian, I think earlier to me suggested we can have like a little contest if any of our viewers can guess where my location is. Maybe we'll send you a prize.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You'll win a prize. What that prize is, also a mystery. You know.
Also
try to guess what the prize is.
Undisclosed prize for an undisclosed location.
There you go. Send in your entries. Excellent. All right, with that aside, let's get into tonight's exciting episode of 10 Dead Rats.
Stream?
No, we're back.
Yep.
Nope. Here. I was like, oh no, it was dark and I was scared. Now we're here.
We're here, everyone. As far as I know, everything seems to be working fine. Great. So, last week on 10 Dead Rats, a whole lot of things happened. Yeffi found a letter in the Orlok estate and brought it to the group where there was some discussion on political movements and what the group's role should be in those political movements, or whether or not they should just go to Bretonia.
Should have gone to Bretonia.
They did some shopping, bought more pants, some guns as well. And then the group decided that they did indeed need to visit Middenheim, and the only way that they could do so was by sailing north to Delbers and then taking a coach from there. And so graciously decided on arrival at Delbers to give the boat to Renault for all of her days of faithful service.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
that was the only reason we gave her the boat.
Yeah.
The only reason.
Right.
It was very touching.
Yep.
And there was no ulterior motive.
As long as she has that paint job, there's no ulterior motive.
Excellent.
And avoids having any dwarves or hobbits on board, she should be fine.
Yeah.
There you go.
We named it the Comet.
That's right. She renamed it, refit it, in hopes of avoiding any altercations or any locations that maybe would be inhospitable to the boat. I seem to recall that you sailed very quickly past Altdorf in hopes of not attracting any attention. The group got on a coach to Minheim, and along the way, stopped at a small village where they found a group of Sigmarite, possibly witch hunters, about to burn a witch. But it was being objected to by a group of Ulrich worshippers. It looked like it was about to come to blows, so Indigo rushed in to try and defuse the situation. And unfortunately,
used it some more.
Unfortunately, some blows were traded. Mina cast an invisibility spell on the witch that was tied up to a post. Unfortunately, also a bit of a miscast occurred there, which resulted in the bounds, the ropes loosening, freeing the witch, who then started to transform into a horrific demon just before being affected by the invisibility spell that Mina so helpfully cast on it. So that's where we're
nothing is not helpful.
That's where we're picking up. We are 1 round into combat. I'll just review what's happened so far in the combat. Indigo stunned one of the Ulrichians, punched him in the face, stunned him. Yeffi has carefully circled around the group of Ulrich worshippers, ready to pounce and join in the fight. Bruno has exited the coach and was making very bold proclamations about how he was going to save everyone or something. And
I was
Mina,
going to determine if he was a witch.
Yeah.
Which, technically, we did, so...
Excellent. And then Mina cast invisibility on the witch and also accidentally loosened its bonds, and it rapidly turned into a demon. And then turned invisible. And that's where we're beginning. So... we'll start with Indigo. What are you going to do, Indigo? There's a fist fight, a swirling fist fight around you. The Sigmarites and Ulrichians, some of them seem to have not really noticed what was going on there with the demon. Others are looking in that direction with shock and horror. Did you see...
Yeah, did I see the demon? The witch transform into a demon? Okay.
You did. Very briefly. She was gnashing her teeth on the gag, and her teeth turned into large, sharpened, pointed fangs, and she shredded up the gag, and then a pair of tentacles sprouted out of her back and whipped out, and just as she was about to leap forward, she vanished.
I'm gonna pull out my gun and shoot it straight up into the air, like in a western, and I want everybody to shut up.
Excellent. You pull out your pistol. Roll me a ballistic skill, please. I know you're only firing into the air, but I still want you to roll a ballistic skill test for me. Because, of course...
you shoot somebody. Yeah.
Well, and black powder in the Warhammer world is not the most reliable thing. How'd you do?
19.
Okay. Indigo raises his gun in the air and lets off a terrifically loud crack. Interesting.
And I'll shout, "The witch is gone!"
Oops. Well, that die's gone. Excellent. You fire the gun into the air, but a couple of the combatants look in your direction, but there's still actually a bunch of the onlookers on either side of the street. The villagers start shouting, and it seems to be turning into complete chaos. Yeffi, what do you do?
Wait.
Well, that didn't give Yeffi enough information from Indigo on who to stab. So Yeffi is going to see if there's any available fire next to the wonderful stake post, and she's going to sneak around and light it up.
Okay. There's, in fact, there was one of the Sigmarites actually had a lit torch, which he was moving towards the pyre, getting ready to light it. So there is that.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So you're going to get over there and try to ignite the pyre. Roll me an agility test, Yeffi.
Does sleight of hand work for, sticking it?
Sure.
Yeah. Great. Ooh. That's right. Add my level or not add my level?
You do.
I was
You do.
confused.
When there's a skill involved, you do get to add your level. Yep.
That's a 23.
Okay. So you slide on over. You can see that sorry, we're getting a lot of static on the audio line from someone. I'm just going to double check where that's coming from. I think it might be. Yep, it's you, Andy. Sorry, Andy. I'm gonna regulate your audio here for.
Okay.
Go. Okay. So. sorry everyone for the distraction. I was just hearing a lot of hiss there. Okay, so Yeffi, you sneak up. You can see the Sigmarite who had the torch, and he's kind of holding it loosely in his hand, looking agape in the direction of where the witch once stood. You slide over, you just snatch it out of his hand. He barely seems to notice, and you plunge it into the pyre, and the flames immediately ignite, and the fire starts to build. And you can kind of see as the smoke starts to arise. It starts to just slightly limn the outline of where this demon is as it's pouncing out, as it's erupting out of the center of the pyre.
Okay, cool. I wanted to do it for dramatic effect when Indigo shot his gun and was all like, "The witch is gone!"
Excellent. Bruno, what are you doing?
Do I see the outline of the creature?
Roll me an intelligence test.
13.
You can vaguely see. It's imperfect. You can vaguely see that there is some object that, or it's like a predator effect, right? Where it's not quite. Just the air looks a little different there. Maybe it's just the heat rising off the fire. Hard to say.
Do I think I can cast Charm Person at the creature?
You think you could try to, yeah.
Great, yeah. I, mid-sentence, suddenly stop, and Bruno's eyes kind of glaze over, and he gets all trancy, and he points his hand at it, and I see what happens. I'm not even sure it's a person.
Great. Roll me your casting die, please.
2.
So you attempt to invoke the magics, and it just does it like the tip of your finger goes a little tingly, and that's all that happens. Mina, what are you doing?
Oh, Lord. Does it seem like the people next to me noticed that I cast a spell, or did I remain incognito?
They seem much more aghast at the thing that just happened in the pyre, the creature transforming and then disappearing. It looks like they're scrambling to get out of here. There's a lot of shouting and a lot of pushing as people seem to be trying to just vacate the area because something terrible and horrible is happening.
Okay, great. In that case, Nina's going to do her best to regulate people in a direction. Not going to cast any more spells. I realize that was a terrible idea. Just Let's go this way, trying to clear out the space with the hope that everyone can clear out, we can jump back in the carriage and never be here ever again.
Excellent.
That's probably a good idea.
So Pete, you start organizing or trying to move people. Some people are just rushing back to their homes and hiding. A group is starting to. As they just sort of run helter-skelter, you start to sort of push some of them to run back to the south down the road, which seems as good a direction as any, and at least is away from your carriage, so we'll give you the space you need. Yeah, the villagers are rapidly getting the hell out of there. The Sigmarites and the Ulrichians, I'm just going to quickly go through here and see what's going on with them. So the one of the Ulrikans is still sort of just coming out of being stunned. He's holding his jaw and looking agape at Indigo, and not really sure what to do exactly. Another one just turns and runs, just skedaddles out of there. Okay, the Sigmarites. The Sigmarites all seem to be reacting to the sight of the demon. So it seems like the group of Sigmarites have mostly seen that, and they're like, even though they're being assaulted by the Ulrikians, who maybe had their backs to the post and didn't quite see the transformation, they recognize that that's the lesser threat, and they're just trying to like push them out of the way and rush towards the direction of where the witch once was, and the fire is bursting. As this happens, suddenly the one Ulrikian who was stunned by Indigo, who's just kind of holding his jaw, looks like he's getting ready to go rush back into the fight. He suddenly leaps up into the air, like 5 feet up in the air, and you're like, it's amazing. And then you realize, no, he's being lifted because suddenly materializing behind him is this horrific red-skinned demon with big tentacles erupting out of its back that have rushed forward and wrapped around the person who just got lifted up, and he just screams in horror as he gets plunged towards the demon, whose mouth opens up wider than even like the height of its head, and huge double rows of glistening teeth sink into his neck, and blood splatters everywhere.
Oh. Well, guess they were right to burn her.
Indigo, what do you do?
Wow. I'm going to draw my sword, and I'm going to rush at the demon and try to cut the tentacles off that are holding on to this guy.
Excellent. Give me an attack roll.
Ah! Come on. Oh, that's pretty good. 18.
That is a hit. Roll me some damage.
I'm two-handing my sword. And it takes 2 points of damage. Minimum.
You slam your sword into the kind of rubbery flesh of the tentacle, and it kind of rebounds off. It leaves a big red welt, but it doesn't slice the way you were hoping. And the creature lifts its bloody mouth from the neck of the twitching Ulrich worshipper and lets out a shriek of pain.
Oh man,
Yeffi, what do you do?
Did I hear you correctly? Isn't it flying? Is it flying?
It's not. It's just very large. It's just very large. It's a good 12 feet tall, and it's wrapped its tentacles around this man and lifted him up a good 5 feet into the air to then pull him down into its mouth.
So Yeffi probably reaches to the hands.
yeah, about that. Yeah.
Okay, great. Take that, glutes, and gonna get up, flank it with Indigo, and have at the stab.
Okay, great.
Stab
Since Yeffi has been carefully skulking around and doing maneuvers by stealth, I'm going to go ahead and give you the backstab on this, so you get a +4 to hit.
Yay. Oh, that sucks. So that's just a 14.
That actually hits. Yeah.
My God.
Nice.
I'm surprised because it's a giant demon, so I have to take
It
a lot
is
of
a big
space.
target. Yep. It's a big obvious
So it's
target.
9
9 points of
for the
damage.
back attack.
Excellent.
that's gotta be good.
That's damage.
The creature now lets out a much louder shriek, and its tentacles withdraw, and the priest or the Ulrich worshipper drops with a heavy thud to the ground, and just a big pool of blood appears on the ground around him, where he lies with his neck all exposed in the ragged gashes. And it slowly turns to look down at the tiny dwarf before it. Bruno,
Right
what do you
question,
do?
does the blood smell like stew? Okay.
It does. It does.
Yes.
Yeffi is slightly entranced by the steam rising up off of the fresh spilled blood. Bruno, what are you doing?
So the thing's still alive?
Oh, yes.
Let me just double check how many hit points I have here. Okay, I'm kidding. All right, I forget the magic. I pull out my daggers and I just run at it and try to stab it.
Okay. It's turned around now to face Yeffi, and its wicked gash in its glute is
17?
facing you. Yeah, that's a hit.
For 2 points of damage.
Very good.
And you know what? I'm going to hit it again. I'll stab it with the surgery dagger. 13, 12, 12.
12 is not a hit, unfortunately.
Mina,
what are you doing?
I imagine Mina was about halfway down the street when she turned around and saw the demon. So hopefully, like, somewhat out of its range. It's got very long tentacles. And she's going to turn around and cast Magic Missile, hoping that none of these horrible people are going to see and put her or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay,
the villagers are kind of streaming past Mina. They're mostly getting out of the way at this point. How'd you do on the cast?
I got a 5 and a 1, so a success, but a minor mishap.
Oh, man.
no.
Yeah.
Those are so good. We love that, actually. Oh, for 2, 3, 4, 5 damage.
It can't have that many hit points, right?
It's a demon.
Look, we've killed one of them before. A long
took
time
us-
ago. We're way better now.
Do you remember
Sorry.
how long
We did have
it took us to kill that first demon? Long time.
I mostly remember most of us almost dying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mina, the magical. How many magic missiles are you getting these days? Is it just one or two?
2.
2. Excellent. You blast two bolts of magical energy. They go flying across and slam into the demon's back, which is to you now because it looms over Yeffi. They slam into it, leaving horrible scorch marks, and one of them actually rebounds off of the creature. Even though leaving a horrible scorch, it actually like bounces right back at you, slamming into you. And causing 3 points of damage as it ricochets right back into your face.
Ow. Ow. Uncool.
The tentacles reach down and whip and try to ensnare Yeffi. Ooh, I rolled a natural 1. So Yeffi, you dodge nimbly out of the way as the tentacles come lashing out at you, and the thing shrieks in frustration, spinning around to try and chase you down.
Can we just say that instead of getting deathly out of the way, Yeffi just bows down to like smell the blood, and her tentacles just flip over her head.
Yeffi.
Oh,
Wow, good dodge.
Indeed. The 3 of the Sigmarites rush forward, pulling out swords and swinging at the creature. Actually, one of them does hit it for a decent
Bold of
amount.
them.
What's that? Yeah.
It's bold of them. I guess they're not all talk here.
Nope. They're shouting, I told you to let loose the horrors of this scene worshipping creature. Slay it. However, the Ulrichians seem to be just blithely unaware and still trying to attack, or or just so single-minded that they're still rushing forward to attack the Sigmarites. Cutting axes into the Sigmarites, and the Sigmarites say, "You fools! Turn and fight!"
Well, they are fighting.
That one's gonna do that. Okay, and this one ran. Indigo, what do you do?
I'm gonna keep trying to kill this demon.
Very good.
This is my number one focus.
Yeah.
What? All right. 15.
15 is a hit. Yep.
Nice for 7 points of damage.
7
It's more
points.
like it.
Bleeding from a dozen wounds, the creature spins and shrieks, and finally the three Ulrichians sort of look up and take in the sight of this massive demon, and one of them just lets his axe just drop to the ground and standing there, completely pale. And the others start to shake, but hold the line. Yeffi, what are you doing?
She's sampling the pool of blood.
Ooh, excellent. Will you make me a willpower test, please?
Wow.
Oh, that's gonna suck.
Now is the time.
I know, right
Now?
now. It's just,
Right
she's
now,
like,
yeah.
oh, I haven't had good food in so long. And I mean, like, this food smells, oh, shit.
No.
If we know nothing
Roll
about
one.
Yeffi, it's that she's an opportunist. Oh my gosh.
I rolled a 2, which became a 1. So just, it's not a natural 1, it's a
Amazing.
modified 1.
Excellent. Yeffi, it's delicious. You love it, and you can't help but, like, after tasting it, well, you immediately, like, cup your hands and just start getting as much of it. Your face is streaked with blood. It is delicious and fulfilling and nourishing. You also heal 3 wounds if you're wounded.
Yikes.
Okay.
And you just
Nice.
find yourself, it's just so good. You can't help but just continue to scoop it up, and just it's smeared all over your face, and you're thoroughly into it. Bruno, what are you doing?
Well, I'm up here already. I'm just gonna keep stabbing at this stupid thing. Some of us have got to pay attention. Okay, 19
That is it.
for 2 points of damage.
That is what it had left. So
Yes.
stabbing it with the tiny dagger, the creature finally collapses and literally just completely folds into itself. It like implodes, dropping down bits of greasy black smoke arising from where it was, and until it's just gone.
Bruno instantly starts selling this as hard as possible. That's right! Bruno the Demon Slayer! This is my demon-slaying dagger!
Excellent. Mina, any final action from you?
Can I see what Yeffi's doing?
Yes.
I would like to run up and cast invisibility on her.
Stop making things invisible!
I'll do what I want. I want to make everything invisible.
Amazing.
I've seen these people. I feel like they're going to turn around and put Yeffi on the stage for drinking blood. Like, that's neither here nor there. But, okay, that was 2 5s this time, so nothing
Okay.
terrible happened.
Yeffi
Except for the fact that I
vanishes.
drove blood.
Yeffi, you turn
But
invisible.
I'm also put
and-
my hands on her, so I don't keep track of her.
Gotcha.
Like,
Okay, you go rushing
touch her
up.
and then
So something very weird is happening over by Mina. If anybody cares to look, she's like her arm is extended in a weird, awkward way for some reason. There's the blood, the pool of blood in front of her is splashing about for some reason. But otherwise,
this is good and normal.
everything. The Sigmarites turn on their heels and threaten the Ulrichians, who one of them just immediately surrenders. Another one is standing there, just still agape. And the Sigmarites, 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 the Sig agape, and the third one turns heel and runs.
Is the one on the ground still alive?
No.
Damn.
No, very dead. Very dead. I'm going to gum out of rounds at this point. Anybody doing it?
So we're the only ones left in this.
Yes. You look around, and there's not a villager to be seen. They have definitely booked it. There is a group of 4 Sigmarites, or men. They're wearing chainmail. They have Sigmar symbols on them, hammers and comets and the like, and they're holding their swords out. The one Ulrich worshipper booked it. Actually, 2 of them have booked it at this point. One of them is dead. The two of them remain and just kind of look completely cowed and have surrendered.
And this is why these situations should be handled by experts on mutation and witchcraft, such as I, Dr. Bruno Finebottom, Demon Slayer. And my assistant, Indigo Halberstein.
Roll me a fellowship test, Bruno.
Something I'm definitely average at. 11.
11. Okay. One of so one of the Sigmarites comes up to you, Bruno, and he claps you on the shoulder. And he says, "It was a good placed blow, small man."
I'm actually very tall for my race, but that's fine.
And he points and he says, "Ethelred, take these sons of Ulrich, and bind them and prepare them for trial."
Trial for what?
For consorting with demons, for attacking members of the members of the Order of the Flame.
They did do that.
What do the Ulrichians look like? Like, how do they look composed? Are they freaked out?
They're reasonably freaked out.
Okay.
They are. I mean, one of them is just in shock, just still in shock, just completely pale and just dumbly following. The other one looks a little more, just resigned to the situation.
Do they look like soldiers or like just regular people?
The Ulrich worshippers, they look actually fairly bedraggled. They're wearing like animal pelts. They look like they've been out in the woods for a couple of weeks. They look not great, to be honest. The Sigmarites look much more comported and clean and orderly.
Perhaps my assistant and I, being experts in this field, can do a preliminary interrogation of these people.
We do have experience killing demons previously.
This is our third one, I think.
In Bogenhofen and down the right.
Yeah, you should try this. It's really good.
Who said that?
No. Do you want to go back to the carrot? Should we go back to
Hey, where's Yeffi?
Okay. Yeah. I'm kind of full.
What is that?
If Yeffi is okay with it, Mina will have been, during this conversation, trying to creep slowly back towards the carriage and attract absolutely zero attention.
Excellent. Yeah, you're able to do that, Mina, actually. Yeah, assuming Yeffi doesn't resist. Calling us Yeffi.
Really happy right now.
She really feels warm, full belly, feeling good. Excellent. Bear with me just a second here. There we go. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Somebody dropped some stew back there, and it's delicious. You know?
I really don't think that's stew. Yeffi.
What?
Very red, and it looks like blood, and it smells like blood, and it came from a demon who was
And-
Yeah,
stabbed.
I know what blood. I know what blood smells like. This isn't blood. This is that fancy stew those dwarves were cooking. It's delicious. I'm kind of drunk off of it, honestly. It's
Oh man.
so. Oh my god. Hold on. I think we're gonna take a nap.
Okay, you can do that. You should take a nap in the carriage. I'll just be here. If it's cool, I'm just gonna keep my hand on like your head or something. No reason.
Oh, weird. Okay. Sure. You know. I mean, I guess our relationship is to that level now. I suppose.
Yeah, you know. Yep.
Excellent. Meanwhile, back outside, Bruno and Indigo, you're speaking with the Sigmarites. The one you're talking to says, "Well, experienced demon slaying, you say. What are your names?"
Oh, Indigo Halberstam and
Bruno Finebottom and my assistant Indigo
Indigo
Halberstein.
Halberstam.
That's what I said, Mr. Halberstam.
Oh my god.
Bruno also wearing his totally, apparently seasonally inappropriate fur outfit with like a giant fuzzy hat, big fur coat,
Excellent.
really like a little halfling face poking out of a grizzly bear.
Well met. I am Templar Hildebrand Erhard. He clasps each of you by the hand.
A Templar.
Yes, we are. My brothers and I are of the Order of the Fiery Heart. You've heard of us, no doubt.
I have not, but I
Down.
am new to this far north. Originally near the Reich.
We are the personal guard of the Grand Theogonist Yori the 15th.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Oh.
is the Theogonist here? I thought he was going on into Middenheim.
He has been to Middenheim. That was some time ago. He is traveling back to Altdorf. We are the vanguard of his party. He should be here soon enough.
Oh. What happened in Middenheim?
Well, it's hardly any of your business, is it?
Well, that's actually what we were on our way here for. We were sent to speak to the Grand Theogonist about a very sensitive matter.
Oh,
Of corruption, unfortunately.
Yes.
I see. Who sent you? Do you have a letter of introduction, or a seal, or sigil of whose service are you in?
Did I get anything like that from Sighilda? No. Well, I am. We are to speak with the Theogonist on recommendation from Sister Sighilda from the Sigmar, based in Kemperbad. Unfortunately, it is a matter of great urgency, and so we
I don't
left
know
very
this
quickly.
I don't know this Sighilda. You have no written introduction then. Well, you did.
We are old friends with Count Orlok, who I believe is also in the area, assisting the Graf of Stirland.
I don't know that. I don't know the Count Orlok. Orlok of Stirland, you say? I thought that was the I thought the Haupt. I thought the family name was different there, but I guess perhaps I'm misremembering. Anyway, you have done us a great service. I appreciate what you have done here, and you're clearly enemies of chaos.
Yes.
So perhaps an audience can be arranged after he, of course, returns from the shrine.
shrine. What shrine is that?
Ooh, it is. It has a name for sure. I know it. It's here somewhere. For crying out loud.
The Shrine of No Name.
The place of the shining rock.
Oh,
It is called. It is a holy spot. I hope
Well,
none of these sons of Ulrich though have caused him any undue. Perhaps we should return. Another one comes. One of the other Sigmarites comes up, sort of behind the man, clasps on the shoulder. Perhaps we should return, Erhard. Perhaps we should return to the north to make sure that the Grand Theogonist is all right. I mean, if there are sons of Ulrich here, who knows where else they may be?
I thought we were all friends now. Ulrich, Sigmar. I mean, or you know.
Oh yes.
Peaceful.
The sons of Ulrich are a sect. They believe that worship of Sigmar is a heresy, and they yes they're not fully embraced by the Church of Ulrich proper, of course, but they cause us some trouble.
Oh,
Well,
I see.
Right, Indigo, maybe we could go with our other assistants, wherever they got off to, and check on the Grand Theogonist ourselves. We'd like to
Or
see
we could go with you.
a sacred place. Or go with you, of course, right.
The Erhard looks and says, "Well, you do have a coach there. That's useful. Perhaps you could give myself and my compatriot Valdred a ride on up to the Shining Rock."
Sure.
I'll just go check that the coach has enough room real quick.
Yeah.
Very well. I shall make sure all things are secure here, and then I shall return. Come! And he walks over to the other two Sigmarites who have been binding up the limbs of the two sons of Ulrich that they've captured. Bruno, you return to the coach, and you find Mina and Yeffi there. And is Yeffi?
Yeffi is still visible.
Yeffi's still invisible. Okay.
I can't remove it.
Yep.
Mina.
Okay.
Mina, where's Yeffi? We got an in with the Grand Theogonist.
She's over here. She's sleeping. I made her invisible because she ate a bunch of blood and there's blood all over her.
Stop turning things invisible.
Wait, what? Back up a second.
Yeah, wait.
These people are like, I don't know, backwards.
Why-
They might do something
why does she have-
terrible.
Why does she have blood all over her face? Are you sure?
She ate
Because
some
she's
blood.
invisible right now. It's hard to say.
What do you think?
Well,
I mean,
we told those Templars that they could take a ride with us in the carriage to meet the Theogonist right now.
okay, great. So someone gets invisible, really small Yeffi, who is napping, in their lap, and no big deal. What could go wrong?
Okay. Well, I'll just put her in my lap. That's fine. Yeah.
You're the smallest one, but all right.
That makes sense. Because I'm small and she's small. If you don't think about it too much, it makes a lot of sense, I think.
I feel like that would make her really uncomfortable, but whatever. Not really.
No.
that hard.
Plop her on here. Let's do this. Mr. Halberstein will go tell the Templars that they can ride with us and and I'll just sit here with Yeffi on my lap. Acting normal.
I mean, if she's making... All right, we just gotta have a rousing conversation the entire ride so they don't hear Yeffi.
You know what? Let's just wake her up. Let's just try waking her up. Yeffi.
No,
Okay.
no, she's good. She's good.
Ow. Oh, yeah, that's like that time.
What?
Just like that time.
Go back to sleep.
Yeffi, wake up.
Do we want to talk about the fact that we ate a bunch of demon blood? No? We're good? We're happy?
Huh?
This turn
What?
around?
I mean, you're a
I think it was.
napkin, you know.
I think it was person blood. I think it was the blood from the person. You know.
Is that better?
What's going on?
It's a little
Huh?
better.
Oh,
It's a little
I mean,
better.
Bruno's laughing.
What? Shh, shh, shh,
You're
shh,
invisible.
shh. I try to
Oh,
pat
thanks.
Yeffi's
Oh.
head wherever it is.
Oh, that's not my head. Stop it.
Oh man.
Oh dear.
Oh, show's getting a little racy here. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
There are
Oh my
kids
goodness.
watching
Good
this
night.
show about brutally murdering demons.
At this point, there's a rat at the door of the coach.
1 second. You're not decent.
Yeah.
I have of winter clothes that I bought for Bruno, so I will hand those to Yeffi to like clean herself up in
Okay.
case she goes on invisible.
Okay.
It's just Bruno completely covered in furs.
Slightly wiping
And
off
he'll
a
try
lot of
to
that.
on top of you. All right, cool, we're good. This will be great.
I'll open the carriage door.
Okay. You see the Templar there again, or the two of them. Mr. Halberstein.
Yes.
Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, we are. I will have the coachman and tell him that change of destination.
Oh,
Thank you, Mr. Halverstein.
he kind of leans back and he goes, "It seems your coachman may have fled."
Oh,
Oh,
well, perfect.
You know,
free coach then.
No discussion to be had.
Yeah.
We'll leave the horses then.
Well, Indigo does have experience coaching.
Or we can fetch the coachman. Probably we shouldn't steal the coach. I'll go fetch the coachman.
That will take too long. Valdred, drive the coach. Yes, sir. The other man.
Oh.
Good climb.
Yeah.
Don't worry. The church of Sigmar will be sure to contact the coaching house and make proper reparations. Come, let us repair in the coach and make haste to go see the Grand Theogonist. I'm now concerned that the sons of Ulrich may be up to something.
Yes, this seems bad. Summoning a demon in the middle of a street, a crowded street, is not bode badly.
Well, that wasn't really their doing, but anyway, let's discuss it in the coach.
Oh,
And he
okay, yes.
climbs into the coach. So the coach now has Mina and Bruno piled up with furs, and Yeffi's in there somewhere too, apparently. Indigo and the Templar. He looks at you, Mina. He says, "Oh, what is your name?"
I'm Mina. Hi.
I'm
Hi.
Templar Hildebrand Erhard.
Nice to meet you.
Indeed. And you are with this group of demon slayers. He looks
Yes,
curiously at the bundle of furs.
It's me, Dr. Bruno Fangbottom. Just under some furs here. Very chilly.
Stop shouting. I can't sleep when you're shouting.
That was me telling myself not to shout. Oh man, it's so dusty in here. Achoo! Achoo! Ooh,
That's,
I may sneeze a bunch as we
acclimating
go.
to the cold northern Middenheim weather,
I see.
or the Middenland weather.
My people are tropical in nature.
Have you ever visited the moon?
No, I haven't.
It's lovely.
Well,
If you like goats, we have many goats. It's great for goat lovers.
I see. I can't say I've spent much time with goats. Mr. Halberstein. Are you a worshipper of Sigmar?
Yes, of course.
Excellent. Good. Well, here's what we're facing I should inform you. And as he's discussing this, of course, the coach is moving, taking its way up making its way up the road. That's the place of the Shining Rock has a varied history. Unfortunately, the Church of Ulrich also considers it a holy place. The stories vary depending on which source you quote, but it is said that Sigmar himself rested there briefly while fighting chaos and was attacked by demons. And when doing so, when set upon by demons, he found a rock sitting there, which he hoisted up to defend himself, and it was smote by the demon and cracked in half, but saved Sigmar's very life. And that the two halves of the rock still sit there to this day, and are a holy place, and many people go to this shrine that is now built around it to be close to Sigmar, to give praise to his name. Unfortunately, there's a similar story involving Ulrich, and so there's some disagreement as to the actual source of the rock and the nature of the holiness of the place. Anyway, I fear, as you know, this sect, this group of they call themselves the Sons of Ulrich. They claim, of course, that Sigmar himself was not deified at all and was just a man, and that the whole worship of him is a terrible heresy, and that the lands still belong to Ulrich. So I'm concerned what they may be up to. Yes, indeed, blasphemy, indeed.
Why did we get involved in some kind of religious conflict? It's just like the U.S. government.
Wow. I see. And you mentioned something about how these demons were not the doing of the Sons of Ulrich.
Oh,
Is there another influence?
The Sons of Ulrich just... Well, I don't know what they were up to. We didn't really have time there to interrogate them properly. They were clearly very disturbed by the sight of that demon. No. That was a witch that we. That witch was not one of the Ulrichians, mind you. That was not a son of Ulrich. That was a witch that we became aware of when we arrived in this village, and so we're dealing with. Unfortunately, when she seemed to somehow manage to come loose and invoke the horrible chaos magics of Tzeentch and transform into that demon.
That was unfortunate.
That was super scary.
Yeah.
Yes.
How
I don't know. Usually when they're bound like that and gagged, they cannot invoke the magic, so I'm not sure how it managed to escape those bonds, but...
It's a really powerful witch. So, was she like a normal person before she was a demon? Is that what happened?
Well, yes, I assume so. It's, normal. Is any worshipper of Tzeentch normal? Tzeentch, you know, is the chaos god, the changer of ways. Is known for causing mutation and transforming its own worshippers into horrible deformities and.
Now, competing, Nerve, I'll just leave you a copy of my treaties.
You're like jutting a hand out with like a hand juts out from the pile of furs holding a stack of papers.
Not that copy. That's only first edits. You haven't even done the second edits yet.
Oh, well, that was a good point. Let me just get that back in here.
He's left holding like a couple of pages, and he's like looking at them curiously. Oh, this is most curious.
Yes, Dr. Finebottom is an expert, so to speak, on mutation. It has been the focus of our adventures recently. We have actually received somewhat related news about worshippers of Tzeentch in and around Midland, from the Wittgenstein household.
The Wittgensteins. Now that I have heard of that family. They, that
You
a curious family.
Yes,
They
curious.
suck. Yep, they do suck.
They suck so
Curious
much.
and steep chaos.
Very isolated from what I've heard, and they're not taking the best care of their people there. Many starved in that land.
Oof.
I heard something awful happened to their castle.
Indeed. What happened to their castle?
Smote by Sigmar,
Pretty
seemingly.
Smote by Sigmar,
Yeah.
you say?
It
The
took the
whole
earth.
castle?
The whole castle.
Whole castle.
Amazing.
Sunk into the earth.
Sigmar is truly glorious.
Indeed.
That's the way to swing that story. Well done.
So, the coach continues to trundle up the road for several hours as you continue to chat
right.
with the Templar, and it gets awkward certainly at moments. But finally, late in the afternoon, or it's kind of early in the evening as the sun is starting to get low. Finally, the coach pulls to a halt, and you hear the muffled cry from Valdred up front. "We're here, sir, but something's afoot." And Erhard pushes open the door and jumps out of the coach. "What's going on, Valdred?" you hear him say.
What's going on?
Yeffi, are you still
Kinda.
invisible?
Oh no, I'm under enough fur.
I know, that's why I
Alice,
can't tell.
Just punch me. It goes away if you hurt someone.
Yeah,
You
punch
have
me.
to punch.
That
Okay.
seems fair. Don't punch
I'll
me.
slap you.
No, punch
What?
Mina.
You just said to punch you.
No,
Who am I
punch Mina.
punching?
Mina.
I'm not gonna punch Mina.
What?
Why would I punch Mina?
Oh, that's suggested.
That's terrible.
I did it.
Listen, I tried to stab Mina a long time ago, and I feel bad still to this day after I stabbed her.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
I almost died. I appreciate that.
Let's just go see what. Maybe me being invisible right now is a boon. Is that the right word?
True.
Yeah.
True.
You know? Yeah.
Hey, were
Yeah.
you drinking blood, incidentally? Because
No,
Mina
it's
told this
delicious.
crazy story.
I'll get out of the carriage.
It was
Excellent.
delicious stew.
Indigo, as
Bruno,
you,
you would have loved this stew. It was delicious smelling, and it tasted so good. I don't know who
Just
dropped it on the
right
ground,
out of
but
the-
it was
Mhm.
delicious.
I know
It
who.
was fantastic.
Yeah.
What'd you do? Well, we gotta find that guy, and we gotta take more stew because it's worth it.
I think we might have gotten all
All right,
this
let's go.
stew. All right, let's go.
Indigo, as you step out of the carriage, there is suddenly a loud bang, this huge like explosion sound, and the ground itself shakes a little bit, and you can see up at the horses kind of buck at the sound of it, and Valdred and Erhard are standing over there, kind of near the horses, and Valdred instinctively reaches up and grabs the reins to calm them, and they're both looking around, and you see Erhard points and he says, "There, the rectory," and following his finger, you can see just up a hill. There's a small hill here, and at the top of the hill, you can see the shape of a couple of rocks. But down the side of it a little bit, there's a small building, which is clearly just terribly damaged, like a big explosion just happened there.
Oh my goodness.
Do we see any, like, does anything glowing kind of blue or greenish in the area of the explosion from where we can see now?
You hopping out of the carriage and looking up the hill, you can see just some dust settling, a little bit of smoke, but you don't see anything abnormally colored.
Okay.
Thank God.
I will
Let's go.
move in that direction,
Excellent.
hoping the Theogonist didn't just get assassinated.
So you and Valdred and Erhard actually all start immediately rushing in that direction. Mina, Bruno, and Yeffi, are you also joining them, or doing something else?
I'm gonna go up slowly.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, slowly.
I'll follow Bruno. I'll follow Indigo. Yeah.
All right. So Yeffi, following Indigo and the two Templars, go rushing over to the towards the rectory. Mina and Bruno, will you both roll me an intelligence test?
Oh boy. That is a
4?
A 4. It wiggles on a 19 and flipped it.
Oh.
Pretty.
20.
All right. So
Nice.
you're headed up this little path that goes up, that winds up the hill, and it splits at one point, and one path and one direction goes off to the side towards the rectory, which is clearly very damaged, and the other fork continues to climb up to the top of the hill near those rocks. And the initial group of the Templars and Indigo and Yeffi all go immediately to the left and dash towards the rectory. Mina, you're about to go in that direction. Bruno's catching up to you just from behind. There's just the two of you kind of moving a little slowly. And Bruno, you hear a muffled cry coming from up at the top of the hill near where those rocks are.
Sorry, which direction did everybody else go in?
They went to the left towards this rectory, which is this building that looks to be damaged.
I see. Okay. Mina, did you hear that?
I didn't hear anything. God, I never hear anything.
There's something up there. Turn me invisible. I'll go check it out.
Oh, okay. I love making people invisible. It never goes badly. Oh, 2 5
Oh, it always goes badly. Wait a second. Oh.
Bruno vanishes from sight. Indigo and Yeffi, you two follow the Templars rushing down the path towards this very damaged-looking building. And you can see Erhard reaches there first, and he throws open the door, or what's left of the door. It's kind of in tatters. And you can see inside is a small interior, like home. You know, there's some bunks and whatnot, and a large stone fireplace. It looks fairly simple, but it's just in tatters. It's just absolutely wrecked. Clearly, some large explosion has happened in here, and there's smoke and bits of rubble, and it just looks very badly damaged. And the Templars kind of cough from the smoke a bit and then push their way into the building. What do you two do?
I want to look around. What's the ground around here? Is it snowy? Is it
dry? It's beaten dirt. It's clearly well traveled. People clearly walk up and down this path quite a bit. But it's not. There's no snow on the ground or anything like that.
Okay, I'll run around the building, just kind of circle it to see if I can see maybe if there's anybody on the outside, what caused the explosion, anything like that.
Great. Give me an intelligence test as you go searching around. How about you, Yeffi? What are you doing?
I'll get real close to Indigo. What are we looking for?
I don't know. Anything. 6.
Okay.
Indigo, you circle around the entire building. You don't find anything unusual. Nothing really grabs you. As you circle around back to the front, Erhard is coming out of the building. I don't know where the priests who tend this place are, but they're not. I did not find any remains inside. It looks empty. I don't understand.
Weird. Would they be up at the temple proper?
I mean, it's just some
Sorry,
rocks.
is there another...
It's just a shrine. It's a holy place. There's not really anything up there besides the rocks. As the camera view pans up to the top near the rocks, Bruno, you sculpt up the path as quietly as you could, invisible. Yes.
Yeah, I guess making sure Mina knows which direction I'm going before I do it.
I
think Mina will follow at a distance. Again.
Very good. Mina's carefully making her way up at it from a distance. Bruno, you make your way up towards the top of the path, and as you reach over there, you can see there's some very large stones, like sort of standing stones kind of thing, right? And one of them is shorn right in half, like a clean break, and then the two pieces kind of laying side by side with this very clean, flat cut between them. But you can see within the circle, you see two men wearing robes and they have like wolf headgear on, like a taxidermied kind of wolf head on top of their head as part of like a hood or something of a cloak or whatnot. But they're bound. They're bound up. They're basically tied up and kind of laying in the middle of the circle.
Do I see anybody else?
You don't.
They're also invisible.
Yeah, right. Because invisible people can see other invisible people. That's a known fact. Does the circle look like a magic circle, or does it just look like a...
It looks like a circle of standing stones, so it's definitely got a kind of an eerie vibe to it, like something unusual, but you don't know if it's magical.
I'm just gonna wait to see if anyone else appears for a minute at least here.
Okay. Mina, you were following at a distance. You eventually come up to the scene as well.
Bruno.
What?
Bruno.
What? I'm invisible right now.
Yeah, I know. Should we free them?
I don't know. It seems weird.
Will both of you make me intelligence tests again?
Come on. 2 for 2 on these. Aha! 17. Killing it. So smart today.
Big brain.
Big brain day.
Just as Mina reaches the top and starts whispering in your direction, Bruno, not that she can see you, you hear coming from the opposite side, like down the other side of the hill where there is no path, you can hear a metallic clash that almost sounds like sword blows.
I tell Mina, wait. What? Oh, do you want me to look at it while I'm invisible, or do you want to stay here?
Look at what?
Look at the sound. We gotta get your ears. I'm gonna do an ear examination as soon as we're done with this. You wait here 1 second. Wait here. I'm just gonna. Sorry. I'm just gonna quick run over there and see what it is, and then try to run back.
Okay, so it's down the opposite side of the hill. You're at the peak of a hill, and you came up this little path that led to this circle of stones. And the sound seems to be coming from the opposite side, so you're going to have to go run down the rough side of the hill.
Okay, I do that.
Okay, so you go rushing over, and you look down the rough side of the hill, and you can see, the tufts of grass and bits of rock strewn about. And down at the other side of the bottom of the hill, there's a small copse of woods. And you're pretty sure you can, as you go rushing down there, you start to hear more of the sounds of a fight going in amongst those trees. And you go rushing forward to take a look and peer in. And just as you reach the bottom and look into amongst the trees, you can see a couple of men fighting, and it looks very similar to the fight you just saw earlier today. You can see two men in chainmail with hammer and comet sigils on them, fighting off about 4 men in ragged-looking wolf pelts holding axes. And you can also see a 7th man laying on the ground nearby. Just passed out. Looks actually much older. Is in ornate looking robes, also bedecked with a hammer and comet sigils. He's maybe a little balding at the top, and you can see a little bit of a trickle of blood on his scalp.
Can I tell if that guy is dead or alive right now?
Not from this distance. But you could probably get close since you're invisible. You feel like you could probably slide right up there.
Great, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Go into solo danger.
If he's dead, whatever. Let's peace.
Meanwhile, at the top of the hill, Mina, you've been left there. You're looking around, waiting for Bruno to return. He goes dashing down the side of the bottom of the back side of the hill. Not that you could see him. Coming up the path, you see the two Templars and Indigo, but not Yeffi because Yeffi's invisible.
I'm gonna walk down to meet them and tell them there's some guys tied to the rock up there. I wasn't sure if it was okay to let them go, so I was just gonna watch them.
Oh,
That is happening.
Let's go.
Right.
Goes.
Let's
the Templars
go.
immediately start rushing up there. Indigo, what are you doing?
yeah, I'll rush up there.
Okay, great. Indigo, you go rushing up there. Actually, you get up there first, and you can see these two men with these, wolf pelts and the weird sort of stuffed wolf head on top of their heads.
Oh.
And they're tied up.
I'll start to go towards them to help them, but then I'll stop for a second and wait until the Templars get there. And when they get up there, I'll ask them, are these the priests or sons of Ulrich?
Okay, so it's the Erhard and Valdred come rushing up, and Erhard says, those are priests of Ulrich. Let's
I'll rush over and start untying them.
Excellent. You remove the gag and you start untying them, and it's thank goodness you're here. They've taken the Theogonist, and he kind of looks over his shoulder back on the opposite side of the of the hill.
I'll start running in that direction.
Okay. Valdred continues to unbind the priests, while Erhard immediately joins Indigo in rushing down the opposite side of the hill. Yeffi and Mina, what are you two up to?
Good question. Mina's gonna keep hanging and pretending to be like a cleaner or something, a cook, not just slowly walking towards things.
Okay.
Not really doing anything.
Very good. Yeffi?
Hey, Mina, where's Bruno?
He went down to check if there was a fighting sound, and he went to check if there was a fight happening.
Oh, okay.
So he's gonna see everyone.
Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm gonna try to go find Bruno then. Bye.
Good luck.
And I gotta shuffle off after Indigo.
Excellent. Bruno, you've snuck over to where the older-looking gentleman is laying prone on the ground. Roll me a surgery test.
Ooh. Man, I'm really having trouble adding today, though. That's 20 total. Oh, man, I'm so good at this now.
Nice.
He's alive. He's clearly taken a blow to the head. A scalp wound looks worse than it really is. There's a fair chunk of blood, but he's elderly. So you're a little worried about how long he's been unconscious for.
Right, that's really bad for you.
Yeah.
How far off from the regular fighting is he? If I wanted to try to quietly drag him away from the fighting without them noticing, could I do it, or is he right there?
You're pretty close to the fight. Pretty close. Yeah. You think it might be noticed? What do you want to do?
Can I tell which side is winning in
Excellent.
the fight?
Let's find out. So, a lot of blows being traded, and then You can see the Sons of Ulrich outnumber the Sigmarites, the Templars 2-1, and definitely seem to have the upper hand. One of them finally connects with his axe, and you can hear a scream from one of the Sigmar Templars. What do you do?
I take it spellcasting makes me visible?
Yes.
I try to drag the guy quietly away without anybody noticing.
All right. Give me an agility test.
Oh, come on. I've been doing so much big brain stuff tonight. Let's go big body. Here we go. Big body roll. 14.
Nice. Medium size.
Medium body roll.
Yours.
I was really hoping to shout natural 20, but it didn't happen.
Okay, so you start to drag the body of the old man away from the fight slowly. Where are you holding him? Like, are you grabbing him by his feet? Or are you you get under his arms? Or?
Whatever is least noticeable. Like his feet are closest to the edge of the copse trees. That's what I'll grab.
So he's got his left ankle, and you're slowly he's kind of slowly pivots as you pull him and start to drag him towards the bushes.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
But you only move him like a couple of feet before one of the Templars looks over his shoulder and looks just incredibly alarmed and goes, "What the?" And he's just distracted just long enough for this axe to come crashing down onto his head, and he drops like a sack of potatoes. And now the four Sons of Ulrich start to circle around the remaining Templar, and it looks quite grim for him. When finally, running down the side of the hill comes Erhard and Indigo and Yeffi. Indigo,
good timing.
You come rushing down just in time to see this one Templar of Sigmar drop to the ground, and these four Sons of Ulrich circling the remaining Templar. What do you do? I can't hear you for some reason. Oh no, he's frozen. No,
I had myself muted.
Okay.
I guess I will attack one of the sons. I'll hit him with my sword.
Okay, give me the attack roll.
That's a good one. 24.
That is definitely a hit. Roll me some damage.
For 7 points of damage.
You deal a wicked blow to one of the Sons of Ulrich who wasn't even paying attention as you come rushing down. Cut him across his leg. He spins around to face you and growls, although he's clearly badly wounded. Yeffi, what are you doing?
I look at another Son of Ulrich.
Excellent. You sneak up behind another one. Being totally invisible, you definitely have the backstab here, so that's also a +4 to your attack roll.
It's a 15.
That is enough.
Nice.
They're just wearing pelts.
I just keep on rolling. I'm like, oh god. I rolled 2 6s on my back attack.
Oh,
my gosh.
Yeffi,
One of those is an elder die, so it's all cool looking. Okay.
one of the other Sons of Ulrich looks like he's about to dash in against the Templar, and suddenly a shocked look of surprise comes across his face, and he leans forward and collapses on the ground with Yeffi clinging to his back, her sword buried deep between his shoulder blades. Bruno, what are you doing?
Oh, man. Oh, it's way too funny to stay invisible here, though. These guys look like they got it. I'm going to keep dragging the body away.
Okay, excellent. So, Yeffi and Indigo, you now see this form over on the side of this older gentleman in long robes full of Sigmar symbols who is slowly sliding across the ground away from the fight. Mina, you've been kind of slow rolling your way down the hill. Everyone else, I believe, is well ahead of you at this point. Is there anything in particular you want to do while you have some time away from the rest of the group?
Can I see Bruno slowly dragging the body?
You've not yet reached the bottom of the hill because you were intentionally trying to go slower. So they just got there.
Yeah. Then Vita's gonna just creep and
Just continue to slow creep down. Okay, great.
Yeah, I mean, I guess no one's paying attention to me, but I feel like magic missiles, my one go-to.
Indeed. The son of Ulrich who got hit by Indigo swings his axe at Indigo and rolls a natural 20.
So that'll hit me.
Yeah, Indigo, you'll take 3 points of damage as he slams his axe into
Not
you.
so bad.
-1 because of my new talent, dodge blow.
Oh, very nice. Another one swings at Erhard, but misses. And the third one swings at the remaining unnamed Templar, and that's actually going to be a hit. But he is not down yet. That Templar swings back, and this blow is parried by the axe. And Erhard seems utterly distracted by the sight of the old man sliding across the ground, and he looks, and he just he looks in that direction, and he just he shouts, "Your Excellence!"
I'm sorry.
Indigo, what do you do?
I'm gonna keep fighting. I'm gonna try to finish off this. Well, I'm gonna try to finish off this guy that I'm attacking.
Very good.
Except I just threw my die on the ground. Oh, here's another one. And I threw that one on the ground. Oh my gosh.
What are you doing, Christian? Jeez.
I'm trying to roll dice, Max. What does it look like? Alright, we're attacking. 21 for 2 points of damage.
Yes. Okay, he goes down.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeffi, what would you like to do?
There's another guy fighting a Templar, right?
Yeah.
I'll get on the other side of that guy and.
Okay. Again, you'll be able to make the back attack because he is distracted by the
I
Templar.
natural 20'd.
Man. Yeffi's just a killing machine today.
Wow. All that
The
stew.
smell of the stew is so
Oh,
good.
God. Oh, no.
That's only 6 points of damage.
It is nevertheless
on the back.
enough to take down that son of Ulrich. It drops like a sack of bricks. Thump. Bruno, what are you doing?
Seems like Erhard's staring right at me.
Yeah, pretty much.
How visible is the body? Like is Erhard seeing the full thing, or he just sees like the top half of the body?
You haven't made it to any kind of cover, so yeah, the body is just laid out on the ground. And you're like dragging it over like dead leaves and stuff, so it's...
Okay, I tried to disguise this by sort of like lifting up his arms and letting him drop, like he's kind of twitching or being like possessed by Sigmar, but I rifle through all of his belongings and try to see what's in his pockets.
Oh my god.
Roll me an agility test, please.
I don't think I took any kind of Hippocratic oath or anything, so I think this is cool. Oh, well, it had to end eventually. 4.
Okay. All right.
It was a good
You start to fling his arms around, and you try to like get your hands, get your hands into his pockets, and he kind of groans a little, and Erhard. Well, we'll get to what Erhard does in a minute. Mina, what are you doing? You've reached the bottom of the hill, and you see all this happening now. Yes, you can.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. He's like dancing.
Okay, Mina clearly recognizes that this is Bruno. Do I have to roll for that?
No, you know Bruno well enough. I think you could put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, Mina's gonna try and run to the body.
Okay.
And try and bless you. Drag it physically with her own physical body. And try and cover for whatever dumb shit Bruno is doing.
Excellent. Erhard also rushes over to the body, so the two of you kind of meet there, and he says, "He's having some kind of fit. Get his feet. I'll take his arms. Let's get him out of here."
It's the aura, or whatever.
It's the aura.
It's spiritual energy.
Like he's having a migraine. To get his head. Oh man.
Excellent. There's just a single Son of Ulrich and other Templar left, and they are swinging at each other. And both gonna hit. Yikes. They're both looking pretty bloody. Mina, Erhard is trying to coordinate with you to actually properly lift the guy up and get him out of there. Are you going along with that plan?
I
Are you
am
hindering?
trying to look as much like I'm helping, but kind of slowing him up.
But kind of slowing it down. Okay, excellent.
Oh,
Wait, what?
man.
Wait, oh, you're taking the arms. I thought I was taking the arms. Okay. Indigo.
Oh God, I want to make sure we're really careful because he's so important and energy is. She's also gesticulating with her hands every time she says it.
We're gonna kill this guy accidentally just through mistreatment. Yeah. Oh no.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is gonna work great.
Indigo, what are you doing?
I am going to attack the last Son of Ulrich.
Excellent.
I'm going to try to stun him, though, and I will shout at the other Templar, capture him! We have to know what they're up to. Oh, right, I don't need that. Oh, natural 20.
Yeah.
Nice.
You rush around and you slam the pummel of your sword into his temple. He rings his bell and he stands there, dazed. Yeffi, what are you doing?
Is there a way to knock him out?
Not per se. I mean, he's basically stunned at this point, so he's not going to get an action next round. He's kind of at your mercy if you want to do something.
Just when Yeffi stabs, she kind of kills people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, Yeffi will just try to assist the Templar in getting this guy handled, grappled, or things happen.
Bruno, what are you doing?
Does it seem like Mina and Erhard are lifting him up by his legs and by his arms?
That's what Erhard is trying to make happen, but Mina seems to be intentionally getting it wrong or accidentally getting it wrong and making a mess of it.
I'm gonna make sure I'm sitting on his chest so that if they pick him up and move him, I'll go along with it. And it seemed like he was groaning awake a little.
Yeah, he is. His eyes are starting to flutter open.
Great, then while he's in this suggestible state, I lean up and whisper in his ear, "My child, it is I, Sigmar."
Oh my God.
You must seek out Bruno Finebottom, the key to your salvation.
Oh, God. Roll me a fellowship test, please.
Come on. Ooh. This is why you don't make people invisible. They can't be trusted not to do it exclusively.
People. Just you.
This
18.
is why we don't make Bruno invisible.
Exactly.
You manage to lean in and just whisper it so only he can hear, and you can just hear his eyes open. They're a little glassy, and you just hear him whisper, "Sigmar."
Bruno Finebottom.
Mina,
Oh,
what are you
man.
doing?
I mean, I don't think I can be doing anything other than transporting this gentleman.
Excellent. Excellent.
And, hopefully I'm at the head so that the Templar can't hear this absolute blasphemy from Bruno.
Excellent. So the remaining Templar joins in with Indigo and Yeffi to take control of the son of Ulrich. Just tackles him to the ground, and eventually produces some rope, kind of binds his hands behind him,
Nice.
and then hoists him up and begins to march him back up the side of the hill. Erhard and Indigo, well, I won't speak for you, Indigo. Erhard was basically just trying to coordinate getting the Theogonist carried back up to the top of the hill. The other Templar seems to have taken control of the prisoner. So in general, it seems the thrust is to move up towards the top of the hill. Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you a few minutes pass, and later the group has reconvened at the top of the hill amongst the
Grand
stones.
Theogonist weighs like 60 pounds more than he did when he started this trip.
At the top of the hill, the Templars have kind of carefully set the Theogonist to sit with his back against one of the stones, and he's starting to come to. And the rest of you are all gathered around, and one of the Templars has the son of Ulrich bound and cowed. Eventually, the Theogonist seems to regain his senses, and he looks. What has happened? And the Erhard says, "Your Excellence, it is Erhard. It looks like the sons of Ulrich have laid some vile trap here to try and kidnap you, but we have foiled it. Good. Sigmar spoke to me a name. Bruno Finebottom. Sire, Your Excellence, that's one of the. He starts looking around. Indigo, where is Bruno?
I would really like to know that too, Erhard. Where is
Bruno runs.
Vina?
So that
have you seen Bruno?
Right, so that he's hiding behind the holy rock that they're all obsessed with.
Mm-hmm.
Oh crap! I don't know how to shit.
You just need to. Bruno.
I slap myself in the face. Do I turn visible?
No, you don't.
God damn it! Shit. I don't know what to do.
Wait, Erhard perks up. Is that I think I hear him swearing. Bruno, are you back there? He races around the other side of the stone and sees not Bruno. Where is he?
You know what? Just keep looking that way. I'll look over on this way where you heard him. We'll just keep.
What? I swear, I just heard him swearing.
These rocks like echo weird. So maybe you want to go there, and I'll stand here in case he comes back to this area. So we have eyes everywhere.
The two of you start searching around. Meanwhile, the Theogonist is looking up at you, Indigo, and he says, "Who are you?"
Oh, hello, Theogonist, sir. My name is Indigo Halberstam, from Rowland.
I'm sorry, from...
Yeah, that's right.
From where?
Breck, originally, around Kemperbad.
Oh, yeah, uncanny. He looks over to Valdrin, who's standing there.
Oh no!
Looks very familiar, doesn't he?
Oh,
Valdrin kind of smirks and goes, "I hadn't noticed."
No.
I wish someone invisible punch me right now. That would be cool.
If Earhart gets out of the way, I try punching Mina to turn visible.
Excellent. After some confusion and jostling and running around the rocks, Bruno becomes visible. Mina, you got a little sore arm, and Eric's, there you are, Bruno, come, and he just grabs you by the elbow. Come, Bruno, come. And he immediately rushes you, just pulls you on over towards the Grand Theogonist. I try to look as
dignified as possible.
Your Excellence, this is Bruno Finebottom. I've heard your name in a vision.
Oh, a vision. Mm-hmm. Well, you seem quite injured. I am a doctor, of course. Let me have a look.
Very well. Your Excellence, are you sure it's... Yes, Sigmar's told me he would save us. Bruno, roll a surgery roll.
Christian, I just want you to know that there's 100% chance if our positions were reversed, I would have said my name was Bruno Finebottom.
I know.
I think Bruno would have deserved that, and I think it would have been totally reasonable. And it's nice of you. Oh man!
Hell, I almost said I was Bruno Finebottom for a moment.
Right.
They haven't met me yet.
Oh, Bruno Finebottom.
Like, don't you remember? I'm a dwarf and a woman.
Yeah. Humans can't tell dwarves and halflings apart. I only got a 10 on my surgery.
Okay, you bandage his head and you do the best you can for him, and he perks up a little bit, but he's clearly been through a lot. Oh, thank you. Well,
yes, of course.
Well, it is most fortuitous that you've come when you did. Indigo and Bruno and who are these other two? Oh wait, are Yeffi and Mina are both present? Yes, who are they?
Yeah, we're still there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm Mina. I do the cleaning.
See, and a dwarf.
Uh-huh.
That is.
And a dwarf. That's all we need to know there.
That is a good omen. Sigmar was aided by the dwarf folk. What is your name, Lady Dwarf?
Hi, I'm Yeffi Braxton.
Yeffi Braxton. Is that?
Yeah.
Of the Braxton clan of the engineering guild?
Yeah, Yeffi.
Yes. Yes, it is.
This has been a terrible day all around, I think. We are having a lot of secrets come up. Turns out we have a lot of secrets.
This is truly a momentous day here at the stone, at Sigmar's holy place, where I have met a dwarven engineer and foretold the coming of this Bruno Finebottom, who's tended my wounds. This is a most fortuitous day. Tell me, what holy quest has Sigmar set you upon?
Yeah.
Was mostly
feel that one,
Yes. We have come bearing very bad news about of goings on in the Reich. Yes. Are you familiar with the Wittgenstein family?
I know the name, yes.
Yes.
A reclusive family, I believe, though free from control of the Empire.
Yes, I will try to keep this as short as possible because it is a very long story and a lot has happened. We found ourselves and came upon ourselves to be guests at Wittgenstein Castle, where we discovered that they were committing horrible crimes against Sigmar and their people, mutating them, experimenting on them with with horrible pieces of Morse leaf, worshipping Zinch. I received a message from Sigmar himself while there to seek out the chaos underneath the city and defeat it. While exploring, we discovered a temple to Korn, built in a outpost near Kemperbad. We saw an avatar of the Chaos God himself there, and we escaped barely with our lives before enlisting the aid of the Sisters of Sigmar. But the unfortunate news is that the temple was built under a public work of the Empire. You know of the signaling towers that are built around the Reich. It was built in the foundations of one of these.
That is ill, indeed. This
When you say it all like that, it sounds really bad.
It's many, many ill tidings. I know of the Signal Tower project, of course. It was a pet project of Karl Franz's. This is most ominous. Well, grave news. What's to be done?
Should we go someplace a little safer?
Indeed.
To discuss this?
Yes. Well, it is growing late, though, and we are here at the stone. I don't know. Sire, we could clear out the old rectory. It's taken considerable damage, but we could stay there for the evening at least, and then proceed for wherever you think best. Well, perhaps we should return to Middenheim and speak to Todbringer of this news. That is, and then perhaps he can send a message to Altdorf faster than we could travel there ourselves. This seems the most wise course of action. I think it will take too long for us to travel all the way back to Altdorf from here. Yes, let us rest here for the night and then return to Middenheim in the morn. Yes, Your Excellence.
Okay.
The Templars head back down the hill to go and try and make as livable as possible the old rectory.
Are the priests of Ulrich still there?
The priests of Ulrich are still there. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yeah, so they actually joined the Templars in trying to tidy up the rectory. The Theogonist himself, though, actually leans his hand on you, Indigo, to try and toddle down the hill towards the rectory. He says, "So, you too, you received a vision from Sigmar, did you? Tell me more of your vision. Did you see his visage?"
Well, I saw a statue of him glow with his power, and I heard his voice.
This was in a holy place of Sigmar himself, then? One of his temples, perhaps?
Yes, indeed. And he healed my wounds. My arm was badly injured, and it was now working, and I gesture my arm, obviously. Obviously, it is working fine now.
Where was this?
In Wittgendorf.
There's a very old
an abandoned
temple
to Sigmar. Yes.
Abandoned. That is unfortunate that it is abandoned, but in Wittgendorf there was a holy warrior of Sigmar buried there, as I recall.
Oh. Interesting.
I'll have to look at the texts and see what I can remember, and I'll have to look and see. It's interesting that in such a remote place that you should receive a vision.
Now,
well, there
did
was
you say that
much
Indigo?
chaos
Go
there. No, go ahead.
Did you say that Indigo reminded you of somebody?
Oh,
He's got
just
a distinct face, so it's
just a passing
you know.
resemblance. No one you know, I'm certain.
It isn't the first time I've been been mistaken for another individual.
What was his name? Mark Sebring, Mark Seberung, Larry. Well,
Caster Liberon?
Caster
Liberon.
Caster, something
Caster
like that.
Liberon?
Yeah.
I remember.
Caster Liberon. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Yeffi.
Yeah, no problem, Bruno. Man, delicious dude. Why are you making that face at me? Why are you so mean? God.
What? But I was under those sweaty furs with you for like 2 hours.
What?
Nothing.
Gross, you guys.
As you reach the rectory and they've sort of cleared some space, the Theogonist kind of just pats you on the shoulder, Indigo, and he goes, Liberung? Never heard of him. And he turns and he enters the rectory, and the Templars start kind of like making a bed for him so that he can lay down and relax. And then at this point, Erhard comes up to you. He says, "Well, my friends, thank you so much for all of your assistance. You are true friends of Sigmar and friends of the Templars of the Fiery Heart. I wish to present you this." And he hands you a rolled up scroll of paper that has got a big wax seal on it with an emblem of a flaming heart with a warhammer over it.
Oh.
Here, this declaration. This is a declaration of ingratitude to you, Indigo, of the Order of the Flaming Heart. If that is of use to you in the future,
Well,
you may present it.
Thank you. Thank you, Erhard. This is.
Indeed.
I'm honored.
We are going to make the rectory as livable as we can. It is a bit cramped in there between the priests and the Theogonist and ourselves and you as well. Perhaps it would make more sense for your party to make a small camp here, or even sleep in the coach if you prefer.
Sure. Fine.
would
Just
be-
save the guy. Don't even get a bed. That's cool. No. Sleep in the coach. Hey, what happened
It's
to
really
the...
comfortable furs.
Not going anywhere near those furs. What happened to the guy we captured? Do they still have him?
Oh yeah, they still have him.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Can
he
we
will.
talk to him?
Oh, you wish to interrogate the prisoner? Yes, that can be arranged.
Sure.
Very good.
He's not sleeping inside, is he?
No. Valdred, bring that cur over here. Our friends wish to speak to him. Valdred marches the son of Ulrich over, who looks thoroughly downcast and stands before you.
Does Erhard and Valdrin, did they stick around?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. It changes the questions a little.
Yeah, a little bit. Well then, what was this all about? What was your plan?
Our plan was to kidnap the Grand Heretic. And as he says that, Valdred gives him a smack on the back of the head. Theogonist!
Oh man.
Why? What were you gonna do with him?
We were going to make our demands that the heresy of Sigmar withdraw itself from our lands. And if they did not, we would put him to death. And again, Valdred gives him a smack. Keep that blasphemous tongue at bay.
We do kind of need to hear what, Mom. Did your group blow up the rectory?
Yes.
Why?
it's a distraction. So we might make our way with the Grand Theogonist.
How
did you know he would be here?
Oh, no.
Please.
I like that we're doing this in character, just really trying to ask the same question. Bruno keeps trying to get Indigo's question.
He left Midheim with no small retinue. It's not exactly a secret.
Suppose there are a lot of Templars.
Fewer now. Smack.
I pull Mina down to try to whisper in her ear. Can you make this guy tell the truth with magic or something?
No,
I think he's lying.
He's definitely lying. Yeah.
Right.
What are you gonna do about it? Torture him?
No, magic torture if that works, but bend his will.
I need you to do two things: cast a missile and beat people invisible.
If you turn him invisible, he'd probably freak out. Leave him that way for a month, and he'd be desperate to tell us anything.
I don't feel great about torturing people. Just on the moral list.
Okay, fair. I got nothing for this guy.
God.
I don't know.
Yeah. Me neither. I guess. I don't know what else we were going to learn, but
Yeah.
Nothing.
Very good. The Templars march him back, where they just kind of one of the Templars continues to guard him outside the rectory, while the remaining Templars continue to make the rectory as livable as possible. And the four of you are left to make shift with either sleeping under the stars or using the coach.
As we head out, I'm just gonna lean back down to Bruno and be like, "Okay, I don't know that this is gonna work, but I have been reading
Sorry.
I might be able to compel stuff from dead people. By that.
Oh, by bringing them back to life.
I don't even mention it to Indigo and Yeffi. They'll be really judged about it.
Hey, you know what would be helpful if we had some kind of magic staff to control the dead with? I wish we had something like that. That would be great.
I don't want to control the dead. I just want to talk to the dead, which I might be able to do, or I might turn them invisible or something.
There's a pretty good. I mean, look at those dudes. There's a good chance they're just going to kill this guy.
Do you want to go talk to a dead person with me?
Definitely. I mean, yes. I lost all my books on the subject, so yes, first-hand experience sounds good.
Okay. Do you think Indigo and Yeffi would be cool about it, though?
Well, yeah, look over at Yeffi just covered in blood.
Wait, what's going on? What's up? Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't freak out.
We're definitely out of earshot of the rest of the group here, right?
Yes,
or the
four of you at this point.
Okay.
Yep.
If I could, if hypothetically, a wizard
That means
talk to a person, but not control it, would that be morally cool with the team?
like a ghost?
Like a ghost. You guys
Like a ghost? Yeah, you can talk to ghosts.
We
Right?
have
You can talk to
spoken
ghosts.
to ghosts before.
Yeah, we talked to Sigmar. He was a ghost.
Yeah.
You can talk to ghosts.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, great.
Make him happen. I'm gonna make a ghost happen and then make the ghost go away. I think. I don't know.
As long as the ghost goes away, we don't want some ghost hanging out around like Patches because that's annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you, Patches.
I don't feel extremely confident, but we won't be able to get any answers out of that guy, so...
Yeah, I think something fishy is happening.
It kind of seems like the Templars are going
What?
to kill him anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, does Indigo have some
what
kind of third
fishy?
skin? Sorry.
Hmm?
No.
What did you say,
Stuff.
Yeffi?
What kind of fishy stuff?
What's the fishy stuff that's happening? Why do you think there's fishy stuff?
Well, why does the Theogonist know who Gaster Libero is?
He doesn't.
Oh, he
He
knows.
said he didn't, and, like, wait.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
Do you think there's a triplet of me? You think there's a third
what I was
person
gonna
that looks
say,
exactly like me? No,
It seems
that's-
just as
Does he
likely as
have
there
a-
being a second person.
Does he have a purple hand tattoo?
the Theogonist. I mean, I don't know. I
Oh,
didn't get a good look at him.
I didn't get a good look at him.
Oh,
either. He's going to
man.
be sleeping tonight.
We cannot sneak into the Theogonist's room while he's sleeping, undress him, and search his body for tattoos.
No, but
We
Bruno
can.
could do another checkup.
I could do another
That's-
checkup.
Make sure that
Yeah.
If you can swing that, that's fine. Just do not sneak into his room. That is how you get excommunicated and murdered.
Oh
I'm
no!
not part of this church.
Oh well, the murder part's probably bad.
Murder sounds
Well,
bad.
yes,
Yeah.
and, you know,
Yeah.
it would make us enemies of the Empire. So,
That is, I
That's
guess, a
also
problem.
the whole
Is,
Empire.
is the Empire really working for everyone right now? Because, I mean, he.
No, but I do live here
He
currently,
says-
so...
I mean, he says that Karl Franz is doing the towers, which we knew that it was his pet project. But does he know exactly who's actually asking for them? Because we know that the Emperor's kind of, not all there.
Still seems
Dying.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Friends,
Do we
I feel
think
like
that
a lot of secrets have kind of come up, and I just I want to confess something. Do you
Okay.
remember that the rat Francis, who was giant, and I rode him around
Yeah.
that one time
Yeah.
because I loved him?
Yeah, I remember that. Uh-huh.
Well, he was actually a dead rat that I brought back from life because I snuck into Mina's room and stole a bunch of her books, and then I got a bunch of her necromancy supplies from her old boss, and I brought him back to life with necromancy.
Wow. Thank you for trusting us with this.
So now I've sworn off magic because it only breaks your heart because I haven't seen Francis since then, even though I gave him life.
Magic doesn't- Okay,
Nope.
I
Swore it
admit
off.
that my track record with invisibility has been poor. But today I made 2 of us invisible, no problems. So,
That's true.
you know,
Oh,
Think of all
actually, do you remember earlier today when that demon suddenly turned invisible and then loosed her bonds and ate that guy, and then Yeffi ate that guy's blood?
I don't remember that. No, I
Someone
must have
dropped
been
some
in
stew.
the direction. Someone else probably made that monster invisible. There's probably another witch who did that. Let's not
Anyway,
target that.
I'm gonna go find some more dead rodents so that we can eat them for dinner, not to bring them back to life. That's my main point here.
Uh-huh.
I'm still processing
Uh-huh.
all the stuff you just said.
About
'Cause we just thought
secret
that rat was messed up
necromancy.
because you eat dumb things a lot and you get them all warped up with that weird stuff you carry around, like those mushrooms and stuff that you got from the rock bad place.
Now the mushrooms,
But
that turned out to be kind of a
evidently-
whole bad situation with the mushrooms
Yeah.
and the leeches. That all didn't really work out the way I had hoped, honestly.
Now I realize that you actually caused the rat on purpose.
Well,
I,
right, but
I'm
not the rest of it. He wasn't supposed to get into the jar of leeches. He was just supposed to be an undead rat who was my friend. And then my mount, which was great, briefly.
Bruno, Bruno, did you know you can get like a trained rat to just be your friend? You can just buy those, or you can train.
It's easier.
Yourself.
I mean, then you got to train them. When you bring them back to life, I think they basically just have to do what you say.
Are we talking to ghosts tonight or what?
Yes.
It's just if we're talking to ghosts, I want to lay out the whole rat. All right, great, yeah, cool. Talking to ghosts.
Excellent. Well, we're about out of time, so we'll have to talk to ghosts next time.
I really thought I was prepared this time.
Every time, man. Every time.
Every time I was so hyped up to talk to the ghost.
Well, next session. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Hope you had a good time, and come back next time to see this discussion with ghosts. Apparently.
Apparently.
Thank you again for watching 10 Dead Rats. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Bye.